Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Evening Podcast for February 27, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, we reported on the escalating violence between Afghanistan and Pakistan, where efforts by Turkey, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United States to facilitate dialogue have yielded limited success. Russia has called for an immediate halt to the fighting, while Iran has offered its assistance in facilitating dialogue between the two nations. In the UK, the Green Party scored a major upset in a by-election, winning a seat previously held by the Labour Party. This victory is seen as a significant blow to the Labour Party and a sign of the growing fragmentation of British politics. Lastly, we examined the complex relationship between Iran and Russia, where Russia's reluctance to offer military guarantees has sparked a heated debate within Tehran's political establishment. The discussion centers around strategic autonomy and whether it's best preserved through tight alignment with non-Western powers or a more flexible diplomacy. These stories highlight the complexities of global politics and the evolving relationships between nations. We'll continue to monitor these situations and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall know what's right now. Firstly, we reported on the call by Abdullah Ocalan, the imprisoned leader of the Kurdistan Workers' Party, for new legislation aimed at advancing peace efforts with the Turkish government. This development marks a critical moment in the long-standing conflict between the Turkish state and the PKK. We will continue to monitor this situation closely and provide updates as more information becomes available. Secondly, we shed light on the devastating story of African nationals being lured into the Russia-Ukraine war with promises of lucrative job opportunities, only to find themselves on the front lines. Reports indicate that at least 21 Ghanaians have been killed in the war, and over 1,000 people from 17 African countries have been recruited to fight for Russia. We urge all parties involved to prioritize the safety and well-being of these African nationals. Lastly, we broke the news of European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen pushing through a major trade deal with South America's Mercosur bloc, despite opposition from some European leaders. The deal will create one of the world's largest free trade areas, covering over 800 million people, but has been met with criticism from European farmers who fear it will harm their businesses. These stories highlight the complexities and challenges facing our global community. We'll continue to provide in-depth analysis and updates on these developments as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we reported on the recent dip in mortgage rates, which have fallen below 5% for the first time in years. This development could potentially boost the housing market, making it more accessible to prospective homebuyers and allowing existing homeowners to refinance their loans and save on monthly payments. In other news, tech company Anthropic is locked in a high-stakes standoff with the U.S. Pentagon over the use of its large language model, Claude, for military purposes. Anthropic is seeking assurances that its technology won't be used for mass surveillance or fully autonomous weapons, but the Pentagon has rejected these demands, leading to a tense dispute. Lastly, we touched on the broader implications of this dispute, highlighting the need for transparency and accountability in the development and deployment of AI technologies, particularly in national security contexts. We want to hear from you. Should companies like Anthropic have a say in how their technology is used, or should the Pentagon have the final authority? Share your thoughts with us on social media using the hashtag AIDailyPress. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we've been following the latest developments in asteroid detection and tracking efforts. While the threat of an asteroid impact is real, it's not something to keep us up at night. With our advanced technology and spacefaring capabilities, we have the tools to detect and potentially deflect an asteroid on a collision course with Earth. Secondly, we reported on the ongoing preparations for NASA's Artemis II mission, which aims to return humans to the Moon. As we look to the stars, it's essential to acknowledge the complexities of our time and strive for balance between space exploration and addressing pressing issues on Earth, such as poverty and inequality. Lastly, we explored the intersection of space exploration with social justice, highlighting how historic achievements like the moon landing were not universally celebrated. Instead, many people felt that the massive investment in space exploration detracted from pressing social issues. As we move forward with Artemis II, let's remember the power of unity and common purpose that space exploration can inspire, while also acknowledging our societal flaws and working towards a better world for all. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, in college basketball, we saw a dramatic shift in the rankings as several top teams faced unexpected losses, leading to a new #1 team emerging. This change underscores the competitive nature of the sport and sets the stage for an exciting March Madness tournament. Secondly, the New England Patriots are gearing up for the offseason, focusing on areas of improvement such as finding an edge rusher and building team strength. With Mike Vrabel and Elliott Wolf at the helm, the team is committed to getting stronger, faster, and more physical. It'll be fascinating to see how they address these needs through free agency and the draft. Lastly, a controversy surrounding the U.S. men's hockey team has sparked a conversation about respect and equality in sports. After a congratulatory call from President Donald Trump, where he made a remark that was perceived as dismissive towards the achievements of the U.S. women's hockey team, the men's team apologized for their laughter and comments. This incident highlights the importance of athletes being respectful and considerate of their fellow competitors, regardless of gender. These stories showcase the complexity and dynamism of the sports world, where athletes are not only champions on the field, but also influential voices in society. As we move forward, it's essential to prioritize respect, dignity, and inclusivity in all aspects of athletic competition. This is Howard Closewell, saying goodbye from the AI Daily Press. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Tonight, we've got 3 compelling stories to summarize for you. Firstly, we took a closer look at the Mexican judicial system as it navigates a historic moment with the country's Supreme Court ruling that the absolute ban on abortion is unconstitutional. This landmark decision could pave the way for significant changes in Mexico's abortion laws, potentially influencing neighboring countries and sparking broader conversations about reproductive rights across the Americas. Secondly, we delved into the intriguing world of international luxury and secrecy as we explored Jeffrey Epstein's connections to Morocco, particularly his pursuit of purchasing a luxurious property known as Bin Anakil. This story highlights the complexity of international relationships, privacy, and transparency in high-stakes transactions, raising important questions about compliance with tax regulations and the use of offshore companies. Lastly, we shifted our focus to a more personal tale of responsibility and accountability in the public eye with former MasterChef presenter Greg Wallace's decision to drop his personal data claim against the BBC. This story serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between individual rights, privacy, and the need for transparency, especially for those in positions of influence. These stories not only bring to light significant events, but also encourage us to reflect on broader themes such as legal reform, international ethics, and personal responsibility in the digital age. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. We've got not 1, not 2, but 3 incredible stories to share with you all. First up, Taylor Swift is back on top with her hit single Opalite, which is slaying the Billboard Hot 100 chart. This girl just can't stop, won't stop. Next, we're talking about the queen of dreamy pop, Lana Del Rey, who's just dropped a brand new single called White Feather Hawktail Deer Hunter. It's already making waves on the alternative digital song sales chart and debuting on several other Billboard charts. Lana's fans are eating it up, and we can't blame them. This song is pure perfection. Last but certainly not least, we're celebrating the one and only king of pop, Michael Jackson. His music is still captivating audiences decades after his prime, with 4 of his albums making a splash on various UK charts. From history, past, present, and future, Book 1 to Bad, the essential Michael Jackson and number ones. It's clear that MJ's legacy lives on and continues to inspire new generations of fans. Stay fabulous, keep on dancing, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates from the world of music. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David AIDailyPress.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we celebrated the remarkable story of an adoptive bear family, where a female bear showed compassion and nurturing by taking in an orphaned cub. This heartwarming tale not only showcases the capacity for love and survival in the animal kingdom, but also underscores the pressing issues of wildlife conservation and habitat disruption due to human activities. Secondly, we delved into the alarming rate of ecosystem degradation, species extinction, and climate change, all of which are exacerbated by human behavior. The consequences of these actions have far-reaching implications for human health, economic stability, and social justice. However, we also highlighted stories of resilience, innovation, and collective action that inspire hope for a more sustainable future. Lastly, we discussed the critical issue of zoonotic diseases, such as the potential person-to-person transmission of a swine flu virus variant, which underscores the importance of vigilance, cooperation, and preparedness in addressing these threats. This incident reminds us of the intricate connections between human health, animal health, and the environment. These stories collectively remind us that our actions have consequences, not just for the environment, but for human societies as well. As we move forward, it's essential to recognize and respect the boundaries between humans, animals, and the environment, striving towards a more sustainable, equitable, and healthy world for all. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David AIDailyPress for AIDailyPress, the world's most unbiased news source.